Hi guys, welcome to Nested Gardens. I'm Jackie and today we're talking all about garlic. Now, I call this guy the gateway plant because when I started gardening about 10 years ago, this is the one that started it all. So this video also comes with a warning that unless you are willing to go a little kooky and start growing things from your ears, do not try this at home. But if you are interested in starting to grow things, I would say that this is probably the best place to start. Garlic is probably the absolute easiest thing that you can grow, and there's only one tricky part, and it's getting your timing right. So right now it's fall, it's October, and this is the best time to be planting your garlic. October, November, but to be honest, one year I planted it on Christmas Eve. So as long as you get a warm autumn, you can basically do it until the ground starts to freeze. It's very similar to tulips. So whenever you would start seeing tulips in the store, that's the time to start thinking about planting your garlic. So when you're choosing garlic for planting, it's a little bit different than choosing garlic from eating. I wouldn't recommend going to the grocery store and buying Chinese garlic to plant in your garden in Canada. But you can go to the farmer's market, and anything that you find there, I would say would be safe to plant. Or just talk to the farmers there and they'll hook you up with something that's better. A lot of farmers, they select for the larger cloves for planting, and then they have the smaller ones for eating, because I don't know what recipe that you guys do, but if they say 1 clove of garlic and you end up putting this bad boy in, it would be a little extreme. I'd love it, but it would be a little extreme for some people. So this is basically what you would do when you get a head of garlic. You break it apart, you can discard the stem, and then this one would have 3 cloves. So you plant a clove, this is how you plant it, with the pointy side up, and then the roots will come down from the bottom, and then actually a whole head will form around this 1 clove. So from 1 head of garlic, I had 3 cloves, I will get 3 heads of garlic. So that's pretty awesome math. And generally, the rule of thumb when planting seeds is you want to plant them within 1 or 2 depths of the size of the seed. So very small, goes up on the top of the soil, and then the bigger the seed, the deeper you plant it. Well, this chunky monkey is going to want to go, if this is a soil level, I'd probably put it around here. So 1, 2, and then down in the ground. Although I'm what you call a messy perfectionist, so when I go there with my shovel, I'm just scoop it, pry the soil back, and then shove it in there as far as it can go. And then firm it up around it, cover it, push it down a bit. And that's really all there is to it. The other amazing, amazing thing about garlic is it's one of those plants that gives you 2 harvests. You get garlic scapes in the spring, and then late summer, fast forward to about end of August, beginning of September, that's when you can harvest the actual heads of garlic, and you dry them out for a few days with good air circulation and sun, and then they're ready to keep well into the winter in your pantry. There's one thing that's always tricky about planting something early on, is that when it comes up in the springtime, you're not really sure if this is actually the thing I planted. But with garlic, you do not need to worry about that, because it sends up its shoots quite early. They're pretty identifiable once you know what you're looking for, but they're a kind of a bright, beautiful green. They look like a really chunky grass, a grass that has had a really good life. But when you break it and you smell it, it's definitely garlic, so you know for sure. And as a landscape designer, places that I would use garlic is in raised beds. I put them in the center because the garlic scape makes a beautiful kind of a curlicue. It's definitely a Dr. Seuss plant. It shoots up and it gives you a nice bit of height interest in the back of any borders that you might have. Or my favorite spot is actually around fruit trees, because the garlic is also such a good protectant against pests and non-beneficial insects. And so the plants actually kind of absorb the garlic essence, and it confuses harmful bugs because they're smelling garlic, but it looks like a fruit tree, but they don't really know, so they tend to move on. It is basically the most amazing plant. So I really hope that you are going to give garlic a try this fall, and if not, then definitely put it on your list for next year. I am all about trying to help you guys find out how fun it is to grow food in your yard or in your garden. And so I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.